fog, Prabhuji.
So there is no pollution there. There is no pollution there.
No, like pollution. Mostly it is fog from the cold.
Wow. Okay. Wonderful. It's February, huh? Great stuff. So, what is the temperature there then?
The Google says that it is 22 degrees and 17 at night, but I don't think, I think it is almost 6 or 7 degrees in the night time.
Wow. Still 6, 7 degrees at night.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, well,
It
wonderful.
is cold for us, Prabhuji, because we don't have, because in Nagpur it is hot 24/7 all year round. So it is cold for us.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, well, not to worry. Krishna will. Guru Maharaj mercy. Okay. Wonderful. So now let us start with our realization program. We are live now. So who would like to go first, please? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you, His Grace Amrish Prabhuji, for giving us this chance and showing very nectarian class of Guru Maharaj last week. There are few points that I realized from that class. So I just want to share those points and realization. The first point that I have realized that Guru Maharaj talks about Bhagavad Gita takes birth in our life when daily we recite verses, not just Gita Jayanti, because that was Gita Jayanti, right? So, yeah, normally we see on Gita Jayanti everywhere Bhagavad Gita recitations, programs happening, everyone reciting Bhagavad Gita verses on that particular day. Yeah, that's fine. But Guru Maharaj is saying that we should do it every day. When we do it every day, then Bhagavad Gita takes birth in our life. So Maharaj is very strong in reciting verses, and we must recite verses to remember them, especially the seed verses that Maharaj mentioned there. And Maharaj said that this is our life, devotion service. Otherwise, we are dead. We do not, we do not do anything else. Everything else is byproduct of bhakti. Like we are very careful in money matters, same way we must be very careful and clear in our devotion service. And this grabbing tendency should go. And Krishna will automatically provide what we need. If we need something, then we ask, why grab or cheat? Because Krishna gives maintenance to everyone. Like unborn child in the womb gets everything, and after born, he feeds on mother's breast. So arrangements is made by him. So we just need to be conscious of Krishna. So I have realized that the Krishna maintains everyone, then why not me? This makes me more simple and clear in my dealings. There is no need of cheating or grabbing. When we are getting everything what we need, and Maharaj says that this is in another mellow. Maharaj says that what we need, we have, and what we do not have, we do not want. So need and want are two different things. So I want this, I want that, but do I really need those things? When I think about it calmly, then I realize that I need to be conscious of Krishna. He maintains everything and everyone. This is Krishna consciousness. Always remember Krishna and never forget him too. So Maharaj says next point from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, verse 8, that is the first verse on seed verse, that everything emanates from him. Like earth is black, but white flower is coming out. So how this is possible? The person who knows this worship Krishna by heart, because we want things suitable to us. I want to smoke ganja or I smoke, so I worship Lord Shiva. So Krishna is purifying force. As soon as we utter Krishna's name, we get purified. Flower is pure, our saliva is antiseptic, cow dung and cow urine is antiseptic, but we cannot put outside antiseptic chemicals in our mouth. Whatever is provided by him is very effective and mild. Maharaj said mild means that doesn't harm us. So I have realized from this point that everything is polluted nowadays because of this tendency of cheating and grabbing. Therefore, we are forgetting Krishna. Our consciousness needs to be changed. And how this will happen? When we are going to Srila Prabhupada and scriptures. Everything emanates from him and pure, simple and harmless. But we pollute them, make them harmful and complicated due to our contamination in the heart. So in the end, Maharaj says that preaching is very effective when backed by scriptures. So reciting verses and study scriptures, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam daily, will equip us to preach effectively. Otherwise, it's not effective. We should be able to remember references and quote them because scriptures are authority. I can be very expert in speaking and arguments, but if arguments are not backed by scriptures, then they will not be effective. So this is the importance of scriptures, Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Seed verses are, you can relate, they are relatable everywhere. We can refer these verses and relate them. Like Maharaj said that here, that earth is black, but white flower is coming out. How? Because everything emanates from Krishna. So material or spiritual, everything emanates from Krishna. So this is just a one example. So these, because seed versus seed means is compact. So and whole, all of the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, you can relate to those seed verses, and you can relate those verses or refer those verses everywhere. So these are the points I have realized from Maharaj's lectures. Maharaj is always stressed on reciting, so yeah, I try to recite verses. But yeah, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Devotee. Hare Krishna. Seed verses, starting verses is very important. And even seed verses, Maharaj keep repeating all the time with everybody. Senior or junior. So you must always recite seed verses. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you, Amrish Ji. Thank you, Purnamata Devidashi Mataji. Thank you, Krishna Samarpan, Krishna Das Prabhu, for organizing this realization class. And thank you, Amrish Ji, for showing this very nectarious class last week, titled Allow Bhagavad Gita to Take Birth in Your Life. So what I realize that, small thing, Maharaj spoke about the Kirtan. Beginning, Maharaj said that Kirtan is not a musical performance. It's like, offering a devotion to Krishna. Even Maharaj said that don't bang, like, use minimum, sing softly, sweetly, sincerely. Instrument should not only support the chanting, it should only support the chanting, not dominate it. So too much loud playing distracts the mind and spoils the devotional mood. I remember that we, in our Namata group, we used to have Sunday Kirtan classes in our center, and Amrish who always like to have playing kartals or mridong always very lightly. So how that instruction came from Maharaj to Amrish Prabhu to us. So that is really important because more musical sounds come so that you really distracted. That's really important. And Maharaj says that Krishna is very peaceful. He doesn't stay in a marketplace. That's also one of the uh, good instruction from Maharaj. And kirtan, if the kirtan becomes noisy, chaotic like a market, Krishna will not feel attracted. Bhakti should be calm, respectful, and it should not be aggressive. So one should understand that. So this is a devotion. This is not the disturbance. So devotion is not about the force, but it is about the feeling bhav. So Maharaj also said that chant with heart, but not noise. Instrument should play softly, just to support, humble and practical and sincere way. And Krishna hears the devotion. Maharaj says that Krishna hears the devotion in our heart, not the volume of instruments. Also, further, another point I realized that Maharaj emphasized that recite Bhagavad Gita daily, regularly. So Sanjay Prabhu already said that one should, when Gita Jayanti is not once in a year, but one should recite Bhagavad Gita is actually seed words every day. So Maharaj, even there in the group, Maharaj asked there in the group, when we meet, what do you do? So he should recite Bhagavad Gita, and only Kirtan is not enough. So one should always recite the Bhagavad Gita and then the Kirtan. So that's what we used to do in our Namata program as well. Also Maharaj emphasized that one should recite every day Bhagavad Gita from chapter 10, verse 8 to 14, and which we do. And Maharaj also emphasized that one should learn by heart, not read from the book, but memorize and understand it. Gita Jayanti is not one day only. One should be Gita Jayanti every day. So that's also a good realization. Actually, I have to take that very seriously as well. So, and also Maharaj says that a devotee depends on Krishna, not on dishonesty. Like Krishna provides for everyone, just also Maharaj mentioned about that, just he gives the milk to the mother before the child is born. So devotee should not worry about anything. Only be sincere and Krishna will maintain everything. So one should totally, fully depend on the Krishna. While reciting, I think one of the first verse, Bhagavad Gita chapter 10 verse 8, Maharaj said that I am the Krishna says that I am the source of everything. From me, everything emanates. So Maharaj explained that the main qualities of the Krishna is that Krishna is the source of all spiritual and material worlds, and everything comes from him. Even the food comes from him, or clothing, grains, everything comes from him. So we should feel gratitude to Krishna every day. Maharaj Sanjay Prabhu mentioned that the Maharaj gives a very simple example about earth. Earth is black, but how the beautiful white flowers are coming from the earth. No one can do it. You cannot manufacture in the factory, but only Krishna can create such variety and the beauty. So everything comes from Krishna. One must realize that we are tiny and limited, and Krishna is complete and perfect. So when we truly understand this, we naturally worship him and serve him with devotion. So that is why we do bhakti. Even another how the Maharaj also given an example about the saliva, how saliva is antiseptic. Even water purifies whole body. Cow dung and cow urine is antiseptic. So we know that one, yeah. But Krishna is like in Krishna's creation, whatever he's created is everything is effective and is beneficial to us. So Krishna is the source of everything. So we have to be grateful, and I have to depend on him, serve him with devotion. So the chant Krishna's name with, Maharaj also said that lastly, the chant Krishna's name with full faith for even any problem. So Maharaj says that chanting is the best solution. And also Maharaj said that encourage everyone to chant. Even if people accept or not, we should still try to share Krishna's name with everyone. Hare Krishna. So this is my relation from this class. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Please, others, don't wait for me to ask you. We'll just start the discussion. Everybody should join in one after another. Yeah? Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you, His Grace Amrish Prabhuji, Her Grace Purna Pavna Mataji, His Grace Krishna Sampan Krishna Prabhuji for arranging these classes. Thank you, Amrish Prabhuji, for showing a nice lecture, and thank you, Krishna Das Prabhuji, for editing the video. Thank you, devotees, for the nice realization. There were so many points in the last Prabhuji which I have noted down and also pondered into the last week, and there were 3 points which I liked the most. The first is cleaning, where Guru Maharaj mentioned that if you have strength, use it for Krishna. Then he was mentioning that cleaning is very important. We should clean each and everything, and we should use our strength only for Krishna. And there was example mentioned by Guru Maharaj that don't use in banging the kartal. That is what Sopan Prabhu also mentioned, that Krishna is very powerful. We should not market as Krishna is not a marketplace. And singing should be devotion. And then Guru Maharaj mentioned the less we have, the best it is. I can relate each and everything from the verses which I put of Guru Maharaj in the group. That he mentioned about the cleanness, then he mentioned about the more we have, we will be more complex, the less we have, the best it is. Then cleaning should be clean, there should be clean heart, we should have Shuddha Man. Then he mentioned that we should chant with full devotion, without any without faith there should not, we cannot chant. So we should have full faith, and we can also encourage others to chant, whether they are chanting or not. We should tell them to chant. Then 2 things Maharaj mentioned, that we should be very clear. We should do our duty and obey our parents. Then Maharaj was mentioning and telling, asking the devotees over there that you have got a very nice job, Krishna conscious job. You should learn English and use it for Krishna. And your study should not suffer. You should not neglect your work. That is what I learned it from Guru Maharaj lecture, that we should not neglect our work and we should always obey our parents. For every trouble, chanting is the best option. Preaching is powerful only when it is backed by scriptures. And there I mentioned, that was mentioned by Guru Maharaj, that these literatures, the more we get into these literature, we can become more from worldly man to Krishna's man. Then Guru Maharaj also mentioned about that, he was mentioning about the verse 10.8, Bhagavad Gita 10.8, chapter 8 and chapter 10 verse 8, that earth is black but still white flower comes out of it. We are so foolish and proud that we should be very much grateful to Krishna, that how these colors are, flower colors are there, that everything emanates from Krishna. Still we are so proud that we cannot understand Krishna, that those are so perfectly everything is so perfect that we should engage in that uh, we are so foolish and so proud that we just ignore the things what Krishna has made. And we should also add why we are achieving this. If we want something suitable to us, then we only do. I want this work, and even then, I want to be, so I become Krishna. So, this was so powerful that why we are achieving this. We want to achieve it because we want to become Krishna. Then, Guru Maharaj also mentioned about we can utter Krishna's name and all impurities will vanish. He is so pure that everything emanates from him and should be, and everything emanates from him is also pure. That is how he mentioned about the antiseptic. Everything is antiseptic. Cow dung, everything, cow urine, everything is antiseptic. Water which we are using in our daily life is also antiseptic. Then Guru Maharaj also mentioned about you don't have to worry about the maintenance. Krishna gives everybody, so why not give to us? So I really like the lecture. Thank you so much, Amish Roji, for sharing it. And yeah, it is more to digest on the lecture. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, His Grace Ambrish Prabhuji, Her Grace Purna Pragya Mataji, and His Grace Krishna Samavan Krishnadas Prabhuji for arranging these lectures and for showing us that beautiful lecture of Maharaj last week. Thank you all the other devotees for sharing their very nice realizations. Uh, I I just have like a couple of points to cover it. All the devotees have covered a lot of really nice points already. The one thing that I was thinking about that when the lecture started, Maharaj asked everybody to recite the two lines of the translation. The first line that I'm the source of all the spiritual and material worlds, and everything emanates from me. And Maharaj went on to ask everybody present there to recite that the same two lines, 2, 3 times. And as I was listening to the lecture, I was thinking about this point that repeatedly Maharaj asked everybody to repeat this line, and I was thinking at that point in time that the emphasis on remembrance of the translation was so high. And then Maharaj went on to say this, that the reason why these two lines are very important is because that this is the answer as to why we should worship Krishna. And Krishna himself is giving us this answer that why we should worship him, because he is the source of all the spiritual and material worlds, and everything emanates from him. And Maharaj said that because Krishna knows that we are very doubtful and we are very stupid, that we always have these questions as to why should we worship him. And that is why he's answering these questions himself for us, that these two lines are the reason why. And I was not even thinking about this verse like that, even though I've studied and I've read this verse and memorized this verse so many times, that this is the reason why Krishna is telling us himself that this is why we should worship him. And the point that Maharaj mentioned regarding the grabbing tendency, the line that the more you grab, the less you get, and the more you deny, the more you get. So the inherent tendency of grabbing, which all of us have, including myself, especially myself, the grabbing tendency of thinking that we should get something simply because we think that we worked very hard for it. It's a very difficult concept for me to imbibe in my day-to-day life, to not to be able to let go of things and to be able to have that detachment after having done my best. That's a very difficult thing for me to inculcate, but it's a very important point that Maharaj emphasized a lot on, that the cheating and the grabbing should completely be away from us. And then this really unique point that all the devotees also mentioned, that even though the earth is black, the flower that comes from it is white. And I had really never thought about it in this way, that whenever we humans we try to create something, it's always a sub-product or a subset of the initial things that we were given. But we can never create something the way that Krishna creates. And in fact, the point that Maharaj were also saying, that our whole body there, it is filled with antiseptic fluids. I remember reading in our science textbook as a child that the acid that helps our stomach digest food, it has one of the acids is hydrochloric acid, HCl. And if we touch it, if we ever even remotely touch that acid, we'll get burned severely. But that same acid is present inside our stomach and we don't even feel its existence. That is how perfectly the body is made. And it's so difficult for us, like the whole creation is so extremely intelligent that the seed itself contains the plant, and then the plant contains the seed. Like we get this also in the Isha Upanishad, that how perfect the creation is. Everything that comes from Krishna is perfect, because Krishna is perfect. And just I also really tried to uh, imbibe in myself that part where Maharaj said that Krishna's name itself is purifying, is the purifying force. The minute we try to utter Krishna's name, it becomes the purifying force for our existence. And Maharaj were also scolding during, like, Maharaj was roaring throughout the lecture, scolding everybody that Maharaj also said this line, that nobody learns from the womb of the mother. So you should learn now, because now you're here. And it was very like, the whole lecture was such a good representation of the emphasis that Maharaj had on learning scriptures and reciting, and the knowledge part of the whole everything, that everything is okay, but we should learn and we should know these things, because it is our responsibility. And I should really start taking this seriously, that memorizing of the verses and reciting of the verses. I have not taken that very seriously up till now, but I really should. The whole lecture seemed very heavily packed with just that emphasis on our own personal endeavor. So yes, thank you so much, Prabhuji, for giving me a chance to share my realization, and for sharing this beautiful lecture. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Vijay, and this Prabhuji, for this Purnata Mataji and his first Krishna Samatan Krishna Prabhuji, for giving us this opportunity and this platform where we can learn about Krishna from made of His Holiness Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj. Thank you, Krishna Samatan Krishna Prabhuji, for editing the Nectarian video of Maharaj, and thank you, devotees, for sharing their realization. Maybe most of the things have been covered, but I'll just repeat what every devotee said. So the points that I noted and realized that, first of all, the part where Maharaj were instructing about the kirtan, that minimum kartal is enough, and that too much of instrument and too much of roaring during the kirtan spoils the whole thing, because Krishna is very peaceful, and we should not make it a marketplace, and we should also be very peaceful. Maharaj also emphasized that in temples we see that loud banging of kartal, use of strength is there. So better to serve that strength you have to Krishna, to clean Krishna's altar, to keep your house clean, as our house is temple. Then Maharaj also emphasized that Gita Jayanti is forever. Jayanti meets for one day, but Gita Jayanti is forever. And when we allow birth of Gita in our life, that is Gita Jayanti. And we should every day allow the birth of Gita in our life.
We should always recite the verses. Especially, we should by heart the seed verses. Also, we should always pray or pay obeisances before recitation. Krishna consciousness isn't ritual, it's way of our life. Life is devotional service, everything else is byproduct of it. As we are very careful about our money and material matters, the same way we should be for our bhakti. And there shouldn't be grabbing tendency. Bhakta doesn't grab, Krishna automatically provides. Cheating is also grabbing. As soon as you avoid this, you will be respected. This knowledge shouldn't just be heard, this should be digested and maintained. And Maharaj also said that before even child is born, Krishna makes arrangement for him. He will provide, and we should be conscious about Krishna. There was one more line that I found very good. That more you deny, more you get. Rather than grabbing, the more you deny, the more you get. More you grab, more it gets away. The less grabbing, better for spiritual life. We should always have Shuddha Manna and Shuddha Man and concentrate in Bhakti. Also, when there was a recitation, Maharaj was asking to recite every sentence multiple times, so it gets by heart. So we also get to know that how we should learn the verses. And Maharaj were encouraging everyone, even those who don't know English, were encouraging and connecting with everyone. That's very rare. That hasn't been seen. I have only seen this happening in Prabhupada's lecture, the Prabhupada's lecture. The same way, the same pattern is what Maharaj were also following. Also, during the first verse, Aham sarvasya prabhu, matha sarvam pravartate. Maharaj asks, why should we worship Krishna? There is question that why should we worship Krishna? Here is the answer. Krishna gives the answer. Because he is source of all spiritual and material world. This is the first quality of Krishna. Because he is the source. That's why we should respect that source. We should pray to that source. From him, everything emanates. Everything in this universe. He is supreme expert. The earth is black, still we get white flowers. We are silly. We are very silly. We do the doable and think that we have done something that is equal to Krishna. We can never be equal to Krishna. Uh, how we can just imagine that how it is, how brilliantly the world has been made by Krishna. Is even our saliva, the saliva in our mouth is antiseptic. It is antiseptic, and the actual impurity is our own self. We impure everything. Everything that comes from Krishna is pure. That is our mistake. That is our silliness. The air is very best quality, but we pollute them. So Krishna is pure, hence everything that emanates from him is pure. Maharaja were or Guru Maharaj were also encouraging everyone, and we were not he was scolding, but he was encouraging that. I thought more than scolding, it was motivation that no one learns from mother's womb. We should always practice and try to recite. Even though he also asked the pujari that you have time, so you try to learn English and then recite, and it will happen eventually. Try it every day. Try from very basic that ABCD who don't know English, and then you will gradually progress. Maharaj also emphasized on study. We should not neglect our and material ventures and study. It should go hand on hand. We should not just focus on bhakti and neglect our duties. Duties and responsibilities should be taken care of. Maharaj also said that in Srimad Bhagavatam, the verses, Canto 2, Chapter 9, verse 33 till 37, we should learn and by heart them. So these are the points probably that I realized through that lecture of Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Am I audible to you? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you, His Grace Amrish Prabhuji, Hare Grace Purna Mataji, and His Grace Krishna Samapan Krishna Prabhuji for sharing this very nice lecture of Maharaj in the last class. And thank you all other devotees for your nice realization. Uh, so some of my points from the last class were that first of all, Maharaj were talking about Kirtan like all other devotees mentioned it. And Maharaj was saying that uh, we have to keep the Kirtan very peaceful. And like I have learned this from Krishna Samapan Krishna Prabhu also, that he taught me that the Kirtan should be melodious, but the purpose of Kirtan is to please the Lordship, not like as Sopan Prabhuji mentioned that it is not a musical performance. It is to please our Lordship, and it should be melodious, but at the same time very simple. So that was one of the point that I took from that lecture. And Maharaj was saying that if you have the strength, and don't bang the kartals very loudly. If you have the strength, then use it to serve Krishna. And I remember that in the one of the previous lecture of Maharaj was saying that if your health is not very nice, then just come to our temples and clean the floors. And by the time you end up cleaning all the floors, your health will be all right. And I can see that here in the Brajdham also, and in the village area, that people are very active and they rarely get sick and they rarely take any medicines and all. But in the like in our cities and everything, we do 9 to 5 job, and we sit and we have so many difficulties, so many different types of problems and health problems just by sitting and doing nothing. So these are very practical points that Maharaj were talking in the saying in the lecture. Another point that for us, Gita Jayanti is every day, and the Gita is Krishna himself, Maharaj was saying. And how Maharaj instructing us to like remember verses, and because when we remember verses, then we can quote the verses at the right time. Uh, like Prabhupada always give praman, like we can also, like if we remember verses, we can easily give and we can understand the context. So the importance of remembering the verses. And one last point, that the grabbing tendency should not be there in us. So these are some of the very important points that I took from the lecture last week. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for sharing the lecture. Hare Krishna.
Krishna dear devotees. Thank you, His Grace Amrish Prabhu, Her Grace Purnapurna Devi Dasi Mataji, and His Grace Krishna Krishna Prabhuji for the class. And thank you, devotees, for the realization. Prabhuji, I have also made the 2-3 points are there. First is Krishna provides him automatically. And so, like Maharaj focuses on the point that our money matters should be very clear, and we should not have that grabbing tendency, because if we have, then we are taking those materialistic tendency into our spiritual life also. So we should, at some or the other point, we should stop that, so that we should not take that further. Then the second thing was, like Krishna, like when the child is born, he makes his arrangement, like the provision for his appearance, the mother's breast milk appears. Similarly, Krishna makes all arrangement before birth and after birth. Maharaj says this. So we just have to be conscious of Krishna and to surrender into him. Then all the arrangements will be automatically made. Then Krishna has given us power, so we should try. Like Maharaj focuses on the learning part of the verses. Like whenever all the devotees, when those devotees were there, so Maharaj was telling them, ki whenever you all are there, you should sit and like sing the verses, not by looking. You should remember the verses, then sit together and then like recite those verses. Then Maharaj like told them, if you try for the whole day, today or tomorrow, when there will be like today or tomorrow, you will remember the verses, and that verse will be with you for all your lifetime. Maharaj said this. And the third point was that the two things we should be very clear. First is do your duties, and second is obey your parents without question. So these are the points like that I took with me. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, and thank you very much for your realization and visibility. And thank you very much, Prabhuji, for showing us very wonderful lecture. It was very heart-touching. There were so many points which we never heard before. And the few points which I realized was very nice, that Krishna, Prabhudev said that Krishna provides everything. Whatever we need, Krishna provides, not whatever we want, because it's not good for us. And the very good example everybody shares, Prabhudev said that as before the child is born, the milk is already there. So, and that's a very, we never thought about that. And the other example that is given that everything is producing from the Mother Earth. And like all the different, there are different colors, flowers, leaves, like all different, like the earth is black, but it's producing the white flower. So how wonderful is that? We never usually think about it, the nature which is given by, Krishna. And the other point I really like that. So to understand that, we need the continuation in our service, and we have to surrender continuously. We shouldn't think that we are making this and we shouldn't take the credit of anything. The more we will give, the more we will get. But the more we will try to grab, the more we will not get. So we have to be clean in our dealings and not cheating. And one last point, I really like that Gurudev said, less we do, better it is for our spiritual life. Because the less we will do, less we will be materially entangled in other material engagement. And because we have everything, doesn't matter where we live, As Vishnu Prabhupada used to say that you have a piece of land and a cow, that's enough for your survival. And that's the most suitable position for your advancement in this field. So that's how Srila Gurudev said here that less we do, better it is for our spiritual advancement. And that's Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you, His Grace Amrish Prabhuji, Her Grace Prabhupada Das Mataji, and His Grace Krishna Samartha Krishna Prabhuji for showing us this very nice video of Srila Gurudev and giving us opportunity to share our realizations. So as this is just signature style of Maharaj, always making everyone very comfortable first. All the youngsters were there, or those devotees, because we didn't see who was there, but by the discussions we could understand that there were few young boys as well who were not knowing the English language, and or maybe they were Tamil speaking devotees. So how Maharaj beautifully makes them first comfortable and then tells about Krishna. And then this question is always asked by most of the people, why we should worship Krishna, and how do we know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And that's how Maharaj made us to recite these verses, the first verse and two lines of the verse, which tells us that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, because there Krishna declares that I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds, and everything emanates from me. And this is the authority who is declaring. No one else has done this. So this is the very beautiful thing, and how Maharaj brings it up for all of us. And then he also, as all the devotees have shared, that we should every day recite the Bhagavad Gita verses and allow Bhagavad Gita to take birth in your heart, in your life. So this happens as soon as we recite the verses. It feels so good, and we feel so like blissful, because these are not ordinary verses. These are Vani of Krishna. So that is the reason, and that's why Maharaj tells us that you should recite Bhagavad Gita verses, that because this is Krishna's Vani, not ordinary people's Vani. Maharaj has been a very good teacher, and how he makes everyone to recite the verses. I think each and every one in the class, and I have personally attended one of his classes, and Maharaj made us all recite the verses, because he gave opportunity to everyone present in the class to recite the verse and learn it by heart, so that we can actually feel the power of Krishna. And then Maharaj says that read, study, and digest. And by reciting the verses over and over again, first we read it and then we study it. We try to understand what's written, what is the gist of the verse, what is Krishna trying to say here, or what is the material here which is coming in front of us. And then once we have the nectar of it, then we digest it. digest it and practically try to implement in our life. So that is the main purpose of studying, not that we study and forget it. That doesn't make any sense. Then there was one more point which everyone has actually shared, which I like as well very much, that we have got that grabbing tendency, and grabbing tendency is also the cheating tendency. So we generally like to grab the opportunity. We try to grab someone else's credits, someone else's, not only money all the time, but all these other things as well. So which will actually take us away from Krishna, not near him. So we have to just leave all these kind of tendencies. And then Maharaj also very nicely told everyone that job or work is very important, but you have to do it. But don't neglect your devotional service, because devotional service and job or other engagements, they have to go hand in hand in initial stages. But as soon as you go to retirement, your first priority should be the devotional service. So Maharaj has practically actually shown us how to live and how to leave this world. And we are learning all those things from him, from his lectures, and the transparent media, which Amrish Prabhu is giving us all the knowledge from whatever he has received from Maharaj. And he is very transparent to us, giving all those knowledge, all those experiences, sharing all those experiences with us. So other things that there was one more point which said that earth is black but produces white flowers, because everything emanating, Krishna is the only purifying force, and everything emanating from him is also pure, antiseptic, effective, and mild. So we can see that same earth produces bitter gourd, same earth produces sugar cane, same earth produces blue flowers, white flowers, all kinds of colors are there, all types of fruits, veggies, everything is there. So this is just this is all the power of Krishna, and his energy is working everywhere. So we can see Krishna everywhere, and that is the purpose of our life, that once we purify our existence, we can see Krishna everywhere, in each and every molecule of the world. In every atom we can see Krishna. The only thing is we have to just purify our existence. So we are trying to do that, and Maharaj ji is very mercifully showing us the path. So that was my realizations from this beautiful lecture of Maharaj. Thank you. Hare Krishna, devotees.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji, for taking the classes. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to listen to Maharaj, such an important class. Thank you, all the devotees, for such a nice realizations. Uh, uh, First of all, I would apologize as I couldn't attend last class, but I watched the lecture on YouTube and there were a lot of things I learned uh, from this lecture of Maharaj. The very first thing was from when Maharaj was reciting Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, verse 8, where Krishna speaks so confidently that he's the source of everything, he's source of all the spiritual and material worlds, and everything emanates from him so confidently that everything we see, we eat, comes from him. And it is so perfect. Everything is so mild and effective. Then why can't we surrender to Krishna? Maharaj says that we must surrender to Krishna and not not grab. Grab means cheating. Why we should grab when Krishna will provide everything automatically? For that, for surrendering to Krishna, cleaning is very important. Cleaning of heart is very important. Devotional service can only be done with a clean heart, with faith. Uh, as also while reciting the verses, Maharaj says that you should recite the verses again and again with word by word translation, and it will stay with you for a lifetime. And I've experienced that while learning the verses. Also, Maharaj says that devotional service should be heartfelt, should be done with your heart, as it is not something mechanical. It should not be done as a ritual, not just as a ritual. If it is done with sincerity, it is it is a devotional service. Also, the other point Maharaj mentioned that we should not neglect our material duties, material activities. And if we are doing material activities, we shouldn't give up on devotional service. We should balance both and continue with both in such a way that material duties support our devotion. And the most important point which will help me a lot, which stayed with me, was that Maharaj reminded that discipline and regularity is so important. If we follow with sincerity, everything will stay with us for a very, very long time. That's what I learned, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Okay, I'll wait for 10 more seconds. Anyone wants to say Hare Krishna?
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you, guys, Ambrish Prabhu, Padgesh Purnipanga Devdasi Mataji, and his Krishna Samprana Krishna Prabhu for taking time out and showing us this very important classes, and it's so nicely presented. So I've been in and out, and but whatever I've heard, whatever I've realized, everything has come back alive to me, as if something is refreshing. And yes, I have met Maharaj. I've met Maharaj one-on-one, and I have not met Maharaj for a means where discussions are happening long, because I was not ready, and even now I am not ready. That I can have a discussion with Maharaj or ask questions, or but what I understood, and even from this, the photographs which were nicely shown in the class last week, they were so engaging. Maharaj's activities, Maharaj's mood. So I felt presence of Maharaj, and whatever little discussion we had with Maharaj or question answer are very good. They all become very fresh in my mind, and it's I think these are very personal matters, and the practical side of implementing this Amrish Bhai has put a very nice heading to this class. Allow Bhagavad Gita to take birth in your life. So Bhagavad Gita 702 verses uh, which are spoken in a battlefield. That's what's being emphasized, and for that to take birth in our life, we have to understand those seed verses. So Maharaj were emphasizing, and again Maharaj will go back to basics. Maharaj will make all those big philosophies look very simple, very easy to understand. Maharaj were very easy to talk to. Maharaj, the way he will engage with people, it was so different. I never understood. I never understood. And so whatever I have learned from Amrish Prabhu only, because I know that Amrish Prabhu has very intimate relation with Maharaj. Even now, he's got very intimate connection with Maharaj. That's why these things manifest. And the practical side, the verse recitation, the practical observation, the instructions, those has become my lifestyle. Those have become something which I try to implement with my limited knowledge, intelligence, which is very limited. And but it's worse as a torch of knowledge, whatever Maharaj, because without being practically able to implement, this knowledge is meaningless, because that's a knowledge which you have a lot of knowledge, we have a degree, we have that, but we have not been able to implement. And the very interesting point is that all of us implement this knowledge in a different way, in a way which is suit to us, suit to our situation, which suit our circumstances, and we are all smart enough to justify that also. And that's what I keep meditating. Maharaj's mood, Maharaj's Maharaj, what will make Maharaj happy, and what we should do, and that's actually source of inspiration, because I can't do much. I have no capability to do much, but at least I can remember Maharaj. I can remember those little simple moments. We unnecessarily make bhakti very complicated. And sometimes we don't make it, it becomes complicated. We get into entangled something and we lose the focus. And Maharaj has made big impact in my life. Life transformed completely, changed completely. The direction of the ship into which it was going has completely changed. So thank you, Amrish Prabhu and Krishna Samarpa Krishna Prabhu, for reminding those invaluable moments. I don't have much to say as a realization, but yes, we think, we stay, we dwell on that topic, we think about it, we analyze, and we find out what's in it for me, what should we do, and how do we implement knowledge, what will make Maharaj happy. So that's the take from this this presentation last week. And I will need blessing from all of you, because you are all devotees, Vaishnavas, so that I can keep continuing that. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, if you're speaking something, you're on mute.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mother. Anyone wants to say anything? We'll wait for 10 more seconds. Or if you have any questions, we'll try and answer if we know, if we can. No? Okay. Hare Krishna. So we'll conclude then. Hopefully we should be all right. We all three of us are a little down with the weather, under the weather. We are fighting to remain fit. So let's hope what the Guru Maharaj Krishna wants us to do. And yes, so yeah. And we have a big event tonight. We shall go up till early morning, and then our early morning flight to catch. So we don't know how to do. And then we have got to early morning again in Ayodhya Dham. So we'll see how it goes. Pray for us. We can gain the strength. And yeah. Okay, Hare Krishna. So whose turn is it to sing Maharaj, Maharaj, please hear us?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, it's my turn Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, how are you Mataji? ठीक है आप?
मैं ठीक हूँ Prabhuji.
बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया. कैसा है वेदर वहाँ पर? आपके यहाँ पर गर्मी है?
Yes Prabhuji.
बहुत गर्मी है, थोड़ी गर्मी है?
बहुत गर्मी है.
बहुत गर्मी है, तो हमें थोड़ा यहाँ भेज दीजिए, थोड़ा गर्मी यहाँ भेज दीजिए, हम यहाँ थोड़ी ठंडी भेज देंगे आपको. Even Bombay is a little cooler. Can't believe it, It's February and Bombay is a little cooler. So, but it's very polluted. Highly pollution. We walked for about an hour, half an hour without mask. And that was it. Wrong call. Wrong call. Then we got the mask afterwards. It was late, too late. It's too late. Anyway, Hare Krishna. लातों के भूत बातों से नहीं मानते. So we are there. Okay, Hare Krishna. ठीक है, सुभद्रा जी आप नाचते सिंह कीजिए एक्शन के साथ, हम आपको फॉलो करेंगे, ठीक है ना? चलिए.
Yes Prabhuji.
1, 2, 3.
Maharaj, Maharaj, please hear us.
Maharaj, Maharaj, please hear us.
We have learned some real good stuff.
We have learned some real good stuff.
Maharaj, we have learned one thing.
Maharaj, we have learned one thing.
And today for you we will sing.
And today for you we will sing.
If our room is clean,
If our room is clean,
then our mind is clean.
then our mind is clean.
If our mind is clean,
If our mind is clean,
we can do anything.
we can do anything.
If our room is dirty,
If our room is dirty,
then so are we.
then so are we.
And if we are dirty,
And if we are dirty,
we're not happy.
We are not happy.
Wasting time
Wasting time
is the greatest crime.
is the greatest crime.
Because wasted time
Because wasted time
means a wasted mind.
means a wasted mind.
mind.
So best choose your time
So best use your time
when you're in your prime.
when you're in
Your prime
And your whole life
and your whole life
will be sublime.
will be sublime.
If your wealth is gone,
If your wealth
is gone,
then there is nothing wrong.
and there is nothing wrong.
If your health is gone,
If your health is
then
gone,
that's a different song.
that's a different song.
If your character dies,
If your character dies,
then the world will cry.
then the world will cry.
Only saintly behavior,
Saintly behavior,
that's humanity's thrive.
that's humanity thrive.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
We must always remember Krishna.
We must always remember Krishna
And never forget him too.
and never forget him too.
But how are we to practice this with so many things to do?
How are we to practice this with so many things to do?
That is the greatest question.
That is the greatest question.
And here's the greatest clue.
And here is the greatest clue.
You must learn to work so nicely that Krishna remembers you.
You must learn to work so nicely that Krishna remembers you.
So listen very closely.
So listen very closely.
And make your thinking sharp.
Make your thinking sharp.
Let's learn how we can live and work so Krishna won't depart.
Let's learn how we can live and work so Krishna won't depart.
If something's due tomorrow,
If something's due tomorrow,
finish it today.
finish it today.
Whatever's due today,
Whatever's due today,
do it now, don't delay.
do it now, don't delay.
Your friends might be lazy,
Your friends might be lazy
or doing bad things,
or doing bad things,
but you think again,
but you think again,
don't follow them,
don't follow them,
and you will win in the end.
and you will win in the end.
Whatever work we're given,
Whatever work we're given,
we do our very best.
we do our very best.
We only live with what we need and give Krishna the rest.
We only live with what we need and give Krishna the rest.
This is how to live, to work and to play. You learn to live this way, you'll see Krishna every day.
This is how to live, to work and to play. You learn to live this way, see Krishna every day.
And when our time is up, he'll take us up above. Sing and dance with him with a heart full of love.
When our time is up, he'll take us up above. We sing and dance with him with a heart full of love.
So chant Krishna's name, his glories and his fame is the only way this world will ever become sin.
So chant Krishna's name, his glories and his fame. The only way this world will ever become sin.
Now please ask this greatest question.
Now please ask this greatest question.
And find the greatest clue.
Find this greatest clue.
You must learn to.
You can
only remember Krishna.
You can only remember Krishna
If Krishna remembers you.
if Krishna remembers you.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai.
जय गुरुदेव महाविष्णु गोसाई महाराज श्री गुरुदेव की जय जगत गुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय श्री ब्रज धाम अयोध्या धाम यात्रा की जय श्री निताई गौर चंद्र प्रेमानंदे
Hare Hare Guru.
all glorious to assembled devotees Hare Krishna all glorious to assembled devotees Hare Krishna all glorious to assembled devotees Hare Krishna all glories to Lotus Feet of Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga ki jai Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai Shri Gurudev ki jai Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Sahib Srimati Mahavishnu Goswami Namine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Sahib Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Namo Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Prasad and Vivishesh Shri Prasad. So devotees, as I said, please pray for us that we fight this out. Right tomorrow morning. Don't think about rest. Don't let. Okay, so Krishna willing, we'll see you next week, same place, same time. Till then, chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Ram.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.